Everybody, we are back. It is Saves a Lot's Favorite Podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glenn Rockney for Glenn, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you hit up Homage. Use this QR code right here to hit up Homage right there. Boom. And you can get you a cool Fernando Mendoza shirt, right? It looks like from the first 3 days of camp, it looked like it might be worth something. So make sure you go get that checked out. Use that QR code right there. And of course, we got the TDL store, right? Of course, we're doing a giveaway here as well. I don't think we just do FNL stuff this week. Let's do a FNL shirt.
Okay.
And what else should we do? Just you don't want to go full.
Phone case.
Okay, phone case.
Yeah.
All right, so do the FNL shirt and the phone case today, and then we'll do an extra one. So we'll do 2 shirts and a phone case. So $99, 2 shirts and a phone case, guys. All right. So we'll be doing that today. So make sure you guys remember that. $99. I'll remind you guys, support the channel that way. $99 and a phone case. Okay, to get a phone case and a FNL shirt. All right, but yeah, today we actually got some stuff to talk about today.
Sure do.
Training camp's happening right now, and I'm excited about that. We're getting some action here, getting some information, some news, right? And how you feeling, Glenn? How you feeling about it?
Good. I'm just staring at you guys can't see it. It's off the screen, but there's Raiders Kool-Aid in front of me. I'm looking at it. I'm not going to drink it. It's just sitting on the table. It's chilled. It looks nice. I'm not drinking it, though.
What is Raiders Kool-Aid like? What is that?
It's just, I just mean it's the Kool-Aid. Are you drinking the Kool-Aid yet? I won't do
it. I got you.
I won't do it. Yeah, I won't do it. It's a product we're selling at the store now, Marcus.
You're like a dark grape flavor or some shit. Yeah. black liquor.
Probably the last thing you thought. Yeah. I mean, but that's no. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid right now. Okay. I'm excited that it's training camp. I'm excited that things are happening. Football's being played, whether it's 7-on-7, whether it's drills and hour-and-a-half NFL Players Union timed practices. Yeah. It's football. Trade rumors in the air, all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah. Trade rumors like crazy, from Max Crosby to Vita Vea. We're going to hear about these Max Crosby trade rumors for the rest of until the Raiders win.
Right? Yeah, until the defense has a good day at training camp too.
Yeah,
because have they did they have a good defense? Did they have a good day at defense?
I mean, today they did kind of. I was reading Ryan McFadden. Okay. We'll talk about that later.
Okay,
they kind of did today.
Okay, because that's a big thing too. Is if they don't have a lot of good days in training camp on defense, where it's like, woohoo, watch out. That's gonna heat up.
Yeah, because they're talking about how Max Crosby is ruining things, so we don't know how that's gonna go, right? I guess Malcolm Kuntz had a good day today. Darren Porter had a good day today too.
Yeah, that was nice.
Right, so that was good to hear. But you are right. I mean, do we drink the Kool-Aid of what's happening in training camp? The thing is, Glenn, we are 2 years away from a training camp. Remember how bad the offense was in training camp a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It could be worse. It could be no Kool-Aid to drink.
Long term, I've already consumed the Kool-Aid. Long term on the Raiders. The Kool-Aid is strictly that I'm deciding whether or not to drink. Leaning no at this point is for this year right now, and that's just kind of. We'll see. I got to see more out of the defense. I think offensively they're in a good spot. Do they have enough? I don't know. But I like the way the team's being run. It seems good. Seems like guys are in better shape, like conditioning wise. Just seems like they're in better shape to me. Like that feels really like a good thing. You have guys that are healthy out on the field and playing fast as they can. Of course, we'll see what happens when the pads come on. That's nice to see. All that's good. It's just the ones that I have trouble with is, even the stuff like Max Crosby's just ruining practice. Like we heard that the Gardner Minshew year.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, we got to take Max off the field if we want to run an offensive play. Like it's fine. He's a great player. He's excellent. I mean, he's one of the best Raiders of the last 20 years, if not the. And to me, I'm just kind of like, okay, I just want to. We'll talk about it. Are we buying or selling certain players? It's all the news seems good. I it's tough for me to buy in all the way yet.
Yeah. Speaking of Gardner Minshew, did you see the play where he like threw a no look pass in camp and he got picked?
Damn.
Did the Cardinals? I'm trying to find it.
Is it a pick if you didn't see it? Like, does it count? Because for me, if I throw a pick and I'll be like, "What pick? I didn't throw that. It was a no look." I said I didn't see it.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I'm trying to find it. I saw it on TikTok, but it's like, oh, there's Gardner Minshew throwing a no look pass.
That's why they paid Jacoby Brissett. They said fine.
Fuck it. Yeah. I guess Carson Beck hasn't completed a pass over like 5 yards in camp too, so they're like,
yeah.
Oh man, fuck this.
Yeah, we need Jacoby in there. That's what they said.
Oh my God, it was one of the funniest clips I've seen. like, bro, why are you throwing no look pass? You're not like that. I don't know why does he in his own head. Gardner Minshew thinks he's like that.
He always was. I mean, it was so funny to watch him try to extend plays by like running around in a circle. When it was like when you'd be in a video game and you'd be on like level 73 because you couldn't build your player up well enough. So like you'd be like, I know how to extend the play, but my player doesn't have bars like that yet. And that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Oh my God. He said Carson Beck is Timmy from South Park. It's kind of messed up, KP.
That is messed up. It's funny, but it's messed up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So today we're gonna be covering a lot of topics. We're talking about 12 personnel a little bit, right? Because I think they're really looking like a 12 personnel football team at this point.
Oh yeah.
We're doing camp battles, buy or sell, and of course our TDL giveaways. Of course, with that, but of course, answering all your guys' questions and going over that information and talking what we want to talk about. You know what I mean? So we'll be doing that today as well. So, but training camp is off to a good start. I'm going to be out there on the 7th and the 8th. It's official. I'm going to be out there on the 7th and the 8th. I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Get to watch it live. So. We'll see. We'll probably be doing Friday Night Live from me in Las Vegas on next week.
Wow.
We'll be in Las Vegas. We'll see how that goes with my laptop. See if my laptop has the capacity to do a live show like this. We'll find out. But I think it'll work out. And I could have some real Las Vegas drinks while we're doing this too. You know what I mean? So
what's a real Las Vegas drink?
It's a real. I don't know.
Oh. I feel like we drink stronger stuff on this.
Yeah, I feel like we do too.
On this program, I feel like I'm just saying. Yeah,
that's a good point because probably watered down. They want to take your money and shit. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. Vegas is not what it used to be, man. I mean, it's it's still a great place, but like my parents talk. You ever hear I don't know if your parents like went to Vegas like or something like that, but like do you ever hear like your parents they used to be like they give you a car when you'd go there. They'd be like they would just give you a Ford F-150 for like spending $100. Like they'd fly you out there. They'd do whatever. They had unlimited shrimp cocktail. Nowadays they're just like you can eat at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant for like $10 off if you spend $10 million here. Mm-hmm. That's how Vegas is now. That's how the world is, of course. But it's just funny. Hearing your parents brag about how Vegas used to be. It's kind of a jealousy thing I've always had. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Vegas lost its mystique, especially after COVID, because like
for sure,
one is just too expensive, right? They act like they are. We're still in the same economy in life. They didn't change. Plus, I hate Vegas food. I just want to say that we're on the show. Vegas has terrible food.
It's overhyped.
Terrible food, man. Baby Sugar is lowrider. How many lowrider shows?
I did see I was at a wing festival where people were cooking chicken wings everywhere, and they did have a lowrider tent, Marcus. I was laughing really hard at that. So it's in the air right now.
Y'all didn't get me in trouble, man.
I don't for no reason whatsoever. I thought it was funny. Damn.
That's like the running joke of the show is the low riding thing. It's going to be the joke of the season. You know, I feel like it's going to carry on all the way through December.
Yeah, and also just, I mean, what you talked about with Vegas is so true because they tried to make it into Dubai. Like they tried to make it Dubai, and they wanted people to go, bro, they got crazy restaurants here now, bro. You know, like they want it for that kind of guy. Like they, you know, everybody knows what goes down in Dubai, right? I don't need to get into that. Into that, they tried to make that Vegas, but the thing is that's still in America, so it's not like it's never going to be quite what it happens over there. So I think they've actually like been losing profits since COVID. So it's kind of like, dude, just go back to the old school thing where like the plumbers could go out there and cat off a bunch of money on a weekend here and there, rather than like your Dubai Maserati guy. Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem to be feeding your economy. Maybe the Raiders Super Bowl could save it.
Yeah, I have hash a go, but that's my point. You named one place.
They got that everywhere though. They got that at hella different places though. That ain't just like a Vegas thing.
Yeah.
That place is good though. I will say that much.
That is a good place.
Mm-hmm. That's when you're still drunk in the morning. That shit goes crazy.
Yeah. He said hit up El Gordo's. All good from Vegas is off strip. Exactly. But
probably. I agree.
Thing is, Vegas off strip. You know, you also need a strap with you.
I was gonna say, man, one time I took a wrong turn and I thought I was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I said, what? I thought I was CJ. I turned around. I took one left turn and I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. They got Bloods and Crips out there, and the Bloods be shooting the Bloods. So they have no rules.
Which is crazy because, like, what do you bang about in Vegas? Like what? Like over what? I don't get that. Like whatever.
I don't know, man.
Oh, somebody might tell us in the chat. I feel like they're going to.
Maybe some pure Vegas people here. But I bet most of the Raiders fans live in Henderson. Let's keep it real. Yeah,
for sure.
In Henderson.
Yeah.
Henderson's nice though.
They might live in Pahrump, Nevada.
Henderson's nice. I've been to Henderson. Well, Henderson's where the stadium's at, because basically what happens, you leave, you go through like the city of Vegas, and then when you try to head to the stadium, you get into this like really nice part of Nevada, and that's where the Raiders headquarters is. It's in Henderson.
Yeah, the Intermountain Performance Center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said it's a bunch of people who left LA. That's a good point.
That's probably true. Yeah, now that makes sense. It's kind of like how Stockton in California has just a bunch of like people from Oakland that couldn't afford living in Oakland anymore. Mm-hmm. Like that makes a lot of sense.
Crippen X65 said, "Just let him know you know me, and you'll be good in Vegas." All right, I got you. Be like, yo, I know Crippen X5. I know Crippen X65.
Somebody's robbing me, and I'm looking down at this thing. I know. Do you know Crippen X65? Yeah, the guy with the shoes in his picture. No, I like him. Yeah, okay, he's great. So don't rob me. Yeah,
I got. All right. So yeah, see, we're still in half off season mode because we ain't got real pure football here, guys.
Yeah, no, it's time though. Let's lock in. Let's lock
in, right? Let's lock back in here, guys. So, what are we drinking? I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger. What are you drinking today?
This thing's called. I bought this at some little bottle shop thing. It's called Fall. Oh, how about this? This is a Raiders beer. It's called False Hope. It's called False Hope. That's crazy. Yeah,
Perfect for the show.
I didn't time it up this way. Yeah.
I'm a Voodoo Ranger like usual. You know.
Yep.
I keep it consistent over here. You know. Bowers looking extra fit and a bit slimmed down. Will that affect his blocking at all, or do we not want him doing that anyway?
I don't think it's going to affect his blocking. I mean, is he like the best blocker? And also, like, I want him catching.
He's okay.
Football. Yeah, again, I've always thought he was okay, but it's not like he's George Kittle where you're like, oh man, don't lose the weight because we can't run the ball without you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
know. I wouldn't even worry about him blocking too much. I think he's fine. He's not a great blocker, but he's fine. he's fine, man.
I just think if he's in shape and scoring touchdowns, I don't really care about anything else. And kind of crazy to see him get proposed to his girlfriend like with a camera. He doesn't seem like that type of guy.
You didn't think he'd do that?
No. I would have
mean,
picked almost anybody else on the team except him to do that. He doesn't seem like a Netflix like Love Is Blind kind of guy. Like he didn't seem like that.
I mean, I'm sure that ring's gonna get upgraded though once he gets paid.
For sure.
I said, I was like, damn, man, they really aren't paying you that much, huh?
Yeah, no. Well, what is it? The 13th overall pick, 12th overall pick, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty good chunk of change there, but.
Yeah, Big Shay had to make sure he let Kermit X65.
Please do not bang. Please do not bang in the chat. Please do not bang in the chat.
Oh man,
last thing we need. That's the last thing we need right now. Meet me in Temecula. We don't need that right now.
Oh man,
I still remember that the guy that fought over Kobe that one time. He was like, they were beefing over Kobe, and he said, "Meet me in Temecula." Killed me.
In Temecula.
Yeah, meet me.
Temecula.
That's crazy, man. People don't remember the old Kobe debates, man. Those were crazy. R.I.P.
Kobe. Oh my God, that's crazy. You guys buying that we'll see Mendoza sooner than later?
Is that a topic that we're going to talk about today, Marcus? Because I don't want to give my takeaway too early.
I guess kind of, because we'll kind of get into that a little bit. We'll get into that a little bit. But.
Okay, yeah, let's save put a little pin in that. Put a little pin in that.
Yeah, put a little pin in that. We'll talk about that a little bit. But I'm happy that he's playing well though.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that too. How much for a raffle entry and what's the prize today? So we're doing the T-shirt and a phone case. It's $1.99, Mr. Fuentes.
Yeah, so
right.
that works. Yeah, so we will talk about Mendoza though, because I think everybody's got the whole thing wrong about what Clint Kubiak's saying.
Yeah,
like I listened to the thing, I'm like, that is not what he said. The whole Kirk Cousins is our starter thing.
I mean, it really isn't what he said.
That's not what he said at all.
It really isn't.
He said when we go to camp tomorrow, Kirk Cousins is our starter, and these guys are going to push him. That does not show that Kirk Cousins is your starting quarterback for the season. It's in fact, Kirk threw a pick in 7-on-7 today. I sent it to you the minute it happened. I said he threw a pick in 7-on-7. It might be Kirk over.
And it was tipped, I guess. I'll be fair.
Doesn't matter.
It was tipped.
Doesn't matter.
I'm trying to be fair here, Glenn.
You shouldn't even be hitting it.
I hate that shit. There's no pass rush. How are you throwing in it?
Yeah.
How are you even getting the ball tipped?
That's what I'm saying. The ball shouldn't be tipped.
There's no pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's timing you. You're not being timed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's Kirk Cousins should not be throwing picks in 7-on-7. Like Kirk Cousins should be like, it should be like light work for him. Just like, it's nothing 7-on-7. Especially because I just don't think this defense that he's going against is like amazing or anything.
Yeah.
Hit Darian Porter's helmet. That's still bad if it hit Darian Porter's helmet.
It hit his helmet?
So you threw it at a guy. So where if Darian Porter was looking, then it's picked. Okay, got it. I'm just saying.
It's 7-on-7, bro. That's Jimmy Garoppolo shit. Remember Jimmy Garoppolo played like 5 though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Clint Kubiak did not say Kirk Cousins is a starter for the Raiders 2026 season. And my thing is, I expect the national media to not understand what's going on there, but I think I saw a lot of Raiders people, like content creator people, getting that wrong too. I'm like, no, you got to listen to what he said. And I know we don't all know Clint speak yet. We don't know exactly, but I got the idea Mendoza can win this job. I didn't actually think that like a month ago, really. Like I was like, he probably can't win it out of camp. I don't think there's like any way he can win it out of camp. He can win it like the first month of the season if he wants to. But he can win it out of camp. Please believe that he can win it out of camp as of now. I mean, Kirk's running around slow. Not saying he's bad. I'm sure his attitude and presence there are great. Seems like a great teammate. Seems like a guy everybody likes. But Mendoza, is he lighting it up? No, but he's clearly the bigger, stronger, more athletic, better armed quarterback right now already. So all that takes is for him to just the Raiders drafted him partially because he can learn fast. So if that happens, they'll give him the starting job. Because you said this, Kubiak thinks he can win with Cousins. But if he finds out he can't, and one of the ways to find out you can is if you're throwing picks in 7-on-7.
7-on-7.
That's one way you find out you can't win with a certain guy. It's like, oh, might be ass. Oh, might be ass. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
You don't cut the guy. I didn't say cut the guy. I did not say cut the guy in the chat. He's a backup. Kirk Cousins might be his backup. That's fine.
Yeah, let's talk about that in a second. I'll get to the rest of some of these other discussions. Let's deep dive into that, the Mendoza versus Cousins thing. We'll do that before we get to other stuff here. Sugar's asking about this female reporter. I'm not going to answer that question. I just
no, he likes to lay down little bear traps for us, and that's just
that's a definite bear trap.
Marcus can find out when he goes there, and then maybe comment on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give you trouble.
Not happening.
You know, because people watch our show. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Like
they do.
People do watch this. And sometimes the shit we say, like, it's cool with me because, like, I know we say some crazy shit on here, and people are cool with it. But once we get into like the female reporters, that's when
you can't do that. You cannot do that. That's when all of a sudden Marcus scans the badge and it's red. Can't get into the press room.
They're like, Marcus, the radio show this week, we're gonna cancel you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's no, we got some other person coming on instead. Yeah. No, it's no. Keep doing you, dude. You're grinding. Like, no, it's not even like my call, dude. You know, like you start getting stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, fuck that. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it PC here.
She asked great questions, if you ask me.
Me too. You know what I mean? Awesome questions. Why would you cut a veteran compete on a minimum? He doesn't need to start, but he's good for the room.
I don't. They shouldn't cut Kirk Cousins. They should just keep him. I mean, unless somebody wants to trade. The only time I do it is if somebody wants to trade for him. But if you're throwing picks in 7-on-7, nobody's trading for you. So
I mean, the only quarterback that would probably get cut is Aiden O'Connell, right? Or get cut or trade.
Right. That he's on the block for sure. Like Cousins is going to make the team. It's good for him to be there. I agree with you. Like it's good for him to be there on this team the whole year, and he's going to get paid.
Yeah. And
he clearly likes being that guy in the locker room. And hell, you still might have to play. It's a rookie quarterback. You still might have to play. And like all I'm saying is when I heard Kubiak said that, I saw everybody else's reaction. Like, did I watch the same thing? Did I watch AI on accident? Like, what did I just hear? I heard that Mendoza can go win this, and I think they're challenging him. I think what they're doing is going, we drafted you to be X, Y, and Z, but we want to find out if you'll come take this job. Like, you can. It's for the taking. You can take this. But there's certain things you're going to have to know. You're going to know the protections. You're going to have to know a lot of this stuff. You're going to have to work from under center. Like, we know you can learn that, but how fast can you learn it? If you learn it fast, it's your job. If you don't, it's not. And that's what I took from it.
Yeah. Now, let's kind of get into this topic, though. Let's get into this topic. Mendoza playing over Cousins. I mean, based on how camp is going so far, okay? Because he started off at the 3s, right, in OTAs. He's already at the 2s, so they already moved him up, right? I think in the next couple of weeks he's gonna get some run with the 1s. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen pretty soon here. And then I'm looking at this quote that Kubiak said, "Where do you want to see Fernando Mendoza grow?" He said, "Yeah, I love the mindset that he has. That's what all the players should have. Nobody has a ride, especially a rookie quarterback. So you just keep giving them a new rep every day and coach from it and go back the next day, solve the problem, go to work and fix a new problem. He's just like everybody else that's got to earn their way," which I think that for coach speak, that's a pretty big. I think he's saying a lot there without actually saying it. So what are your thoughts on that, Glenn? Do you think that Mendoza can beat out Cousins to win this job week 1?
Well, For one, I think Kubiak would slam the door a little bit harder if he was so hell bent on Kirk Cousins being a starting quarterback, and I don't think he has. I think he's opened more doors for Mendoza to start with his press conferences. And again, he's a first year head coach. Maybe he's just not doing the coach speak thing correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the case. But I'm not team start Mendoza or team start Kirk. I just want them to make the right move. You know, like I just want them. I don't think it's as consequential as people are making it to be. Like I don't think 10 years from now the problem's going to be if Mendoza's not that good. Like 10 years from now, if he's just never quite that number one pick, I don't think it's going to be, oh, they played him too early. I don't really think that's going to be the problem. And then conversely, I don't think there's ever going to be a problem with they sat him too long. So I'm fine with whatever. I trust Kubiak. I just think it's going to happen. I think Mendoza's going to win the job. So like there's an interesting breakdown. It's kind of boring, but not really. It says a lot. Is Chase Daniel did a breakdown on his YouTube channel. People might remember Chase Daniel for losing to the Raiders in London for the Bears. I remember that one year when the Raiders were running the football like crazy. But he did a little breakdown, and he was just doing like training camp footage breakdown. He's like Mendoza's kind of got it already. Like his feet look good. Like he takes practice really seriously. It's like all the stuff you want to see from a rookie that you might kind of like, if they're not doing that, you might not start them. He's doing all these things. He's doing the things you want to see. And there's going to be bumps and bruises no matter what year one, whenever you start them, whether that's year 2, year 3. So if he's doing all the kind of intangible, good practice player, good leadership, if he's doing all of that stuff, then do it. Like just start him, because the thing with Kirk Cousins is you've said it. Kubiak thinks he can win with Kirk Cousins, but like, what if you don't? If you don't, then you kind of just punt it on your first season as a head coach. I mean, like if they're bad, if they're like 2-4 after week 6, and it's just like, man, Cousins just his arm ain't there. It's bad. Like that is a bad first 6 games for you as a head coach, right?
Mm-hmm. See, my thing is if the defense is playing, let's say Mendoza starts week 1, right? Because there's a chance he wins his job. I mean, we can talk about Cousins, and I think throwing interception on 7-on-7 is just glaring.
Kubiak is seething over that.
Todd Monken's the only coach that told us the truth about that. But I know that's how they all feel about it.
I love Todd Monken because we all feel that way.
Like, it's 7-on-7, man. Like, there's no pass rush. I'm sorry, you just shouldn't throw picks. Mm-hmm. And I always tell the story of Tanner Lee from the Senior Bowl, who was a quarterback from Nebraska. There's Nebraska fans in here. Tanner Lee, he just threw back. He just kept throwing picks in 7-on-7, and like, bro.
Yeah. They add 4 more players. They're going to eventually add 4 more players to stop you.
There's going to be a pass rush that's
coming. That's what I was saying. There's going to be 4 big dudes that they add to the thing. Like 4 big guys that come and actually hurt you. It becomes harder. Like, it becomes a tougher task. Yeah.
Because Mendoza, he didn't throw a pick at 7-on-7. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Maybe.
I doubt it, though. It could happen. But that would make it even for me. So, because to me, Mendoza's winning right now. Just based off the interception off 7-on-7. And that's going to sound crazy to some people, but guys, I can't take that. If I was a coach, it would definitely be, I'd be the coaches like, that can't happen. I'd be like, he threw a pick in 7-on-7. I don't know. But we're going to see how he plays in heading into, preseason and things like that. I think it's got a little bit of factor in it too. How well he plays in preseason, how well he handles those things, how he handles pressures during those games. But I think him from going number 3 to number 2 says a lot, right? They could have kept Aiden O'Connell at 2. They could have. Like, we could talk about that. Maybe that's their plan or whatever. But he was 3 during OTAs. He's already moved up. Right, we're gonna see him playing with the ones. I bet when they play the Texans, they do the practice with the Texans, which should be in 3 weeks, I think. He's gonna be playing with the ones, and that's what we're really gonna see where that job goes. Right, I feel like that's gonna be a thing, because once he does that more often, and he's getting into the ones, and he's performing just like how Cousins is, that's gonna make a big difference. I do think that Cousins is gonna start week 1 though. I think Cousins is
Okay.
going to play week 1 regardless. I do. I think what happens is the leash gets shorter how well he plays in preseason. Like, let's say, just paint some scenarios here. The Raiders defense is playing well. They lose like 2 games, like 17-14 type shit, right? And they're like 1-2, but they lost 2 of those games 17-14. One game that has some good offensive input. He's not running the offense well. Like, they're running the ball well, but Cousins is making mistakes. They're playing decent defense, right? And they're making plays on defense, but Cousins isn't taking care of it. If Mendoza's playing well throughout the preseason and he's playing well throughout the through camp and all those things, he's in there week 4. You know what I mean? That leash comes off. He's in there week 4, right? And they just kind of go from there, and they allow him to grow. If Easy BX, it does mean something. It does mean something because they could kick him at 3, but if he keeps growing, right, the leash gets shorter, because I do think they want to put Cousins out there first, right? Because a big factor of this is the offensive line.
Yeah.
And Matt talked about this a little bit too. Is if the offensive line isn't ready, right? We don't want to just throw him out there and just let him get his ass kicked. Kind of want to do like what they did with Drake May and Jacoby Brissett, right? Like, where we know Brissett's not going to do it too much, right? We know we need to draft a tackle. We know, you know what I'm saying? All these things are happening, right? And it all comes back to that. And you put Mendoza in later and allow Mendoza to grow and get better throughout the week, throughout the season. I think that's a factor there. But I do think that he has a chance to play like by week 4 if he keeps playing well. I just don't like, Cousins would have to be absolutely terrible, which I do think Seth throwing his picks 7 out of 7 kind of equals that. But I think that it has to be something where like he just like awful. Like, if he keeps throwing picks in 7 out of 7, or if these things continue, then we'd have to switch to that, in my opinion.
So I agree with you. I think we're kind of saying the same thing. I think I think you're saying if Cousins plays terrible, I think he might. And I say this as somebody who was pro signing Kirk Cousins. I am still pro signing Kirk Cousins, because I think what you're doing here is you're having your number 1 pick go against a guy with system familiarity and lots of starts in the league. Is he at his peak? Probably not. Kirk Cousins is probably not in his prime anymore. In fact, we could probably be rest assured that he's not in his prime anymore. So, but he should be smarter than you. He should, in 7-on-7, he should just be like, this should just be pitch and catch. This is nothing. I know this system. We're still installing the system for everybody else. So this should be easy, right? Rob Leonard's installing a system on the other side. Like, this should be nothing. And the fact is it's probably his arm why he's throwing picks in 7-on-7. It's probably his arm, right? I don't think he's making bad decisions. I think it's his arm. That's not there. Mm-hmm. So what you're saying with Mendoza is just going, and I believe you're right. I think there's more factors than the actual quarterback battle. I think it's because if you're Kubiak and you watch, like, okay, I think I might fix this run game. I think I can. I think I can fix the run game. Pass protection, we'll see. But I know I can run the ball with this. But with Mendoza, you might be able to kind of move the pocket a little bit better. You might be able to kind of spread teams out. You might be able to run the ball better because of that. You say, look, he's going to make some mistakes. He's going to screw up a couple of things. We might not win that many games this year. But if I know that this guy's going to be able to make some bigger plays than my current quarterback at Cousins, because for me, I think if Cousins has to look like old Kirk Cousins to win the job, in my opinion. He can't be Matt Schaub the year Derek Carr took the job, like, because Matt Schaub was cooked by that point.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, that's kind of what happened. Like, people forget about that, and people forget about the Matt Schaub thing. Like, he was supposed to start, and Matt Schaub kind of has a similar career to the Kirk Cousins. Similar. The bad's bad. I think Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Matt Schaub. I do. They both have that kind of like, look, he's had some good seasons. He's had some all-time screw-up moments, though. That's kind of like what they are.
Yeah.
They're mid-tier quarterback, good offensive scheme where you're running the ball well. They'll put up yards where you have good guys around them. With Mendoza, it's kind of like, hey man, like because the thing is, if the team is looking good, you're kind of going like, man, I might put a rookie in here. I might do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Because the thing about with Matt Shaw though, Matt Shaw was terrible in the preseason. Like he
was. No, it's right. We might get that out of Kirk. That's all I'm saying.
Man, was Matt Shaw. I remember that first preseason game with Matt Shaw when they played the Vikings, and I was like, man, how many games are we win this year? We're not winning any games. I remember that first preseason.
To be fair, we did start 0-10.
Yeah, exactly.
That's even with Carr, we started 0-10.
Yeah. But it was clear, like that was a clear like sign, like Derek Carr needs to play.
Yeah,
that shit. And then then Carr clearly outplayed Matt Schaub in the preseason, so that could happen with Mendoza. It could. It's a possibility. But man, whew, that would be awful. I just think Cousins he can't move right now.
That's
right.
Exactly.
So it is a good test for the offensive line to see how they can protect him. But like, I guess, DJ Glaze was getting work from Malcolm Kuntz today. So.
Right. And you have Cousins is here to install the offense, I think, more than anything, whether that takes a year to do, whether that takes an offseason to do. He's here to install the offense. He's here to be that guy that just knows where people need to be, knows how to move people around, knows how to call the protections. Like, I don't know that he's necessarily here to run it, though. And I think they took a flyer on him. They're like, hey, maybe he is. Maybe it's good old Kirk Cousins, and we get kind of Minnesota Kirk Cousins where he's out there just distributing the ball around, making accurate throws, running a good offense. We're running the ball with Genty, and Rob Leonard's getting takeaways on defense. Like maybe they thought that was a way they could win 10 games this year. That's still kind of like really threading the needle, I think, with this team. I think there's a lot of things that I'm not so sure are going to happen that I just said right there. Yeah. And to me, if Cousins isn't doing like, because how many times have we heard as Raider fans, right, that somebody's coming in here to stabilize something? That's always a big red flag to me. So-and-so is coming here to bring stability to the quarterback position. Pete Carroll's coming in here to bring stability to the coaching. Most of the time when somebody's not coming in here to be really good, they suck. Because if they're here to bring stability, it's like they're past their prime and probably checked out, and they're coming here for a check. And I don't think Kirk Cousins, I'm not going to ever doubt Kirk Cousins' drive. I'm not saying he's coming here to milk the Raiders for money, but I think if he needs to have a great preseason to me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I see Cousins having a great preseason. Though.
Exactly.
How's Cousins compared to Diminish? Better, bro.
He's better. He's better because neither of those guys had a good arm anyways. So like if Cousins' arm is cooked, like both those guys' arms suck too. So
those are two guys that I'm so mad at Raiders fans because I had to talk you guys down from both of these guys.
Yeah, Minshew especially, man. Like Garoppolo came from Garoppolo at least had like winning years and like played in a Super Bowl and stuff. Like Minshew never had any of that.
But he went 9-8 with the Colts.
Yeah, and then beat the Raiders in Oakland for their last Oakland game. He like owned the Raiders. So like a lot of people, the only time they ever watched him was him beating the Raiders, and then maybe some Washington State like gambling stuff. Like that's the only time.
I'm 100% sure on that, Doug. Because the thing is, like a lot of people critique Cousins on how he looked last year. I think Cousins played pretty well last year when he came.
Yeah.
The Falcons went 5-3. They weren't like a bad team. I mean, they finished 8-9 because they put Cousins in. Even though I thought Michael Penix's film wasn't that bad. I thought he played pretty well, actually. I thought I was more impressed with Michael Penix's film when I watched him than I did when I felt like looking at the record. I thought he played better than the record that he had. But the Falcons won more games when Kirk Cousins came in there.
For sure. And I thought it was interesting because here's the thing about, I mean, you could probably speak to this more as a quarterback guy. They're going to want to run the quarterback under center. Kubiak is known for having the most under center looks of any offensive coordinator in football right now. Like that's just, you have to do that. last year, Kirk Cousins was out of the shotgun a lot. Zach Robinson was shotgun. Zach Robinson. It's like what he was doing.
Mhm.
And I think the fact that like Kirk Cousins can't really move well anymore, like how crisp are those dropbacks, do you think?
Let me talk about the Falcons or
Just in general, because he was in shotgun a lot last year. But we're talking about drop back under center. Can Kirk Cousins get to that spot as quick as he used to? That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, probably not. The thing is, Cousins can't move, man. That's the whole problem with him.
He looked ridiculous in those little sprints. I understand people.
He
Chase
can't move.
Daniel ran some quarterback cover for him and was like, "Oh, these guys don't try that hard in the sprint." I'm like, he's like maxing out kind of right now. He actually looked like he was kind of like going hard, and he was slow.
You can't move. That's the thing on film. Like if you can give him time, he can make the throws. He can't.
Right.
He can get it done if it's on time. It's just he can't move and he can't navigate. And then Kirk Cousins has this thing with him where he doesn't mind getting hit. That's where like Kirk Cousins has that like my problem with like Daniel Jones and even like Jordan Love. Jordan Love bothers me with this shit too. Is that they don't care about getting hit. So like when the pocket starts collapsing around them, they don't move. And now that he's 38, it's even worse. So that's where the fumbles and shit start happening, where he like starts fumbling and things like that. And that happened in Atlanta last year because he can't move. So when the pocket starts collapsing and he likes to hold the ball because he doesn't care about getting hit, that's when it becomes more of a problem for me. But
that's what I'm saying, man.
You know, like how many fumbles has happened in preseason? Like if he goes out there and he just starts fumbling in preseason, then yeah, there's a good chance that Mendoza does play. There's just factors with Cousins, not throwing the ball, and if the offensive line is not set, he's going to fumble.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if you think Kubiak does not want to come in here and have some mulligan year where you like, because I agree with you. Like Kubiak came in here and he wants to try to win as many games year one as possible. And I'm starting to think that Cousins isn't the guy to do that, right? Like I would put Mendoza's over under win total higher than I would put Kirk Cousins over under win total year one because of everything you just said. Like if he's not like so much of this, if you're going under center, I mean, I need you to get to the end of your drop quick. Like there's a timing element to this offense. And if you just can't move the way you used to, and part of that's the Achilles, right? And a lot of it's the Achilles, let's be real. And then you know, his age and everything. And then you like with Mendoza, it's like, look, I think we'll put up with mistakes, but I think if they really got it. That's why they really got to fix this run game. Because I think with Mendoza, if you fix that run game, if they can run the ball, like play Mendoza. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Like, because if that allows you to just kind of take a lot of pressure off him. That's like what he had at Indiana. They could run first, then let him make plays, keep the game close. In the fourth quarter, he makes a play, and that's fine. And they might still only win 6 games, whatever. It's just that's like kind of beside the point at this point. Even though football's about winning games. But man, this Cousins thing, like I expected to hear that Cousins just comes in and people are going like, turn back the clock. Kirk Cousins is in. I haven't heard a single thing about that yet. And to be honest, it should be happening, and it's not.
Yeah, because my thing with Cousins, and you know, Ruben said his arm is on, he can't move. It's not, and because you have to understand that Gardner Minshew was what, like 27. How old is Gardner Minshew?
He's probably pushing 30. I think he's pushing 30.
Yeah, he's pushing 30. If we got Kirk Cousins at 30 years old, we wouldn't be talking about like comparing him to Gardner Minshew. We're comparing him to Gardner Minshew because he's 38, coming up with got a tore his ACL, and the arm, which never was big, is kind of dead because how old he is. Like Gardner Minshew is only 30 years old. So when he played with the Raiders, he was 28. If we got Kirk Cousins at 28, you wouldn't be comparing them. We might have won some games. He would have been frustrating, but there would have been some better quarterback performances. Like he threw for like 4,000 yards a bunch of times. So that's why you can't compare him. We're comparing an old Kirk Cousins to supposedly quarterback prime Gardner Minshew. That's my
Right.
compare.
I'm with you. Like, and again, none of that matters because it's Cousins and Mendoza, anyways. Like, it's Cousins and Mendoza. It's a completely different team. Uh, really, not a lot of the same players at all on those days. Completely different. It's just, to me, when you start talking about, like, I do think it comes down to those other factors, because right now I think Mendoza is the answer. But like I said, if they still can't get that run game right, if they still can't get, then yeah, we might. To me, but I'm not throwing Cousins out because he gives me a better chance to win. I'm throwing him out as a sacrificial lamb, right? That's like, it's a completely different reason why I'm starting Kirk Cousins, is because this ain't right. This is going to be a Cam Ward, Bryce Young kind of rookie year. If we can't run this football, if we can't, you know what I mean? Like, it just becomes kind of not like a wasted year. I don't believe that there's wasted years for quarterbacks, like if they're playing, but it just kind of turns into like, I probably played them a little too early because we just didn't have an NFL football team. But if they, like I said, I think Gentry's been looking really good in camp. Everybody's been talking about that.
Yeah.
And he's not a guy I worry about once the pads get on, because I think he gets better when the pads come on. With Gentry, because it's like, he's really hard to bring down. So like, I know that's the case. So if they're doing that and they can run out of 12 personnel and do this, to me, I think it's a pretty easy call. I'm not sure Kubiak will make it, but it's an easy call.
Yeah, I agree. Is it me or does Mike Washington feel more like Michael Bush rather than McFadden? Sorry, I didn't add that to super chat purchase.
Michael Bush was a little more physical to me than Mike Washington. I think Mike Washington's a run by you kind of guy, where Michael Bush had some wheels. I loved Michael Bush. I was a huge Michael Bush fan. I thought McFadden and I'd like to have that combo, right? Because I think Mike Washington's got some McFadden to him.
He does.
And like a little bit. I think he's got a stronger build in the lower half, but I don't think he's quite the runner McFadden was in terms of creativity and stuff, because McFadden was different. I mean, he was just different. I mean, obviously the same helmet logo helps there too. I think Gentry's a little more Michael Bush, honestly, but I think you kind of got him flipped around. And I think the world of Gentry. I think I've only bought more Gentry stock since last year. But yeah, we'll talk about Mike Washington, though. It's interesting. He's definitely getting some hype.
Salvatore Bruno comparing Aaron Rodgers' arm to Kirk Cousins is hilarious to me.
Like right now.
Yeah,
Rodgers' arm is better. Rodgers' arm is just better than Kirk Cousins at every stage of both of their careers.
Because Rodgers' arm has fell off too.
It has, but it's still solid.
But he's Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Like you can't notice, but like when I watch him, like Aaron Rodgers 2020 is like probably the best quarterback film I've ever watched in my life. And if you watch him now, his arm has fell off. It's just, I mean, Kirk Cousins is a 4th round pick for a reason. You know what I mean?
Also, what you talked about with Kirk Cousins liking to get hit, Aaron Rodgers is playing not to get hit right now. So like, Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys. I think Aaron Rodgers can throw a little bit better, but he's scared to hold on to the ball. Whereas in the past, because he can't run the way he used to, right? Like Rodgers should be able to extend that play, and then we charge up, and then it's the most beautiful throw you've ever seen. But now Rodgers knows he can't get away the way he used to, so he gets rid of the ball a little bit quicker. Whereas Cousins will hold that football. So yeah, I don't
know. What's more likely next draft, LT or wide receiver?
That's an interesting question. Because you always have to think about year 2 of a quarterback. Like, let's say Mendoza plays this year, and Mendoza looks pretty good, but the Raiders are just lacking that wide receiver where you're like, man, this offense would be really good if we just had that wide receiver. They might go trade for one at that point, right? Like, they might go trade for one. Like
Justin Jefferson.
Exactly. Like, somebody like that's always available every year. Wide receivers are always available for trade every year. There's always like a really good one available. It's always... Teams don't always want to keep them. They're
always angry.
There's always holdouts. There's always weird contract things. Every single year that's going to happen. They might just do that. That happens a lot with second-year quarterbacks. I tend to think left tackle, because are we really getting a full year out of Colton Miller this year? And if so, are we getting a couple more years of Colton Miller, like, out on the field? And to me, if Charles Grant, who has been getting some reps with the ones, if Charles Grant can solidify that right tackle spot or even the left tackle spot, like spending that first round pick on tackle, you guys know it's Gooseby Hive all day for me so far for Texas. But insert any left tackle here, right? That you can never rule that out. It depends on where they're picking, right? It depends on where they're picking for sure. Where if they're picking like 18th overall and they were a scrappy team that almost made the playoffs, wide receivers tend to fall a little bit there. Whereas tackles, they're top 10 a lot of times. And if they're top 10, they might just go tackle.
DT might be a secret one for the first round.
For sure. Yeah, I do. Hey, absolutely.
He wants to talk about. Let's talk about Vita. We'll talk about Vita Vea really shortly.
Yeah.
But let's get to the rest of these questions here. Thoughts on trading for Kayshon Boutte?
I'm a fan of his, so yes, I would. I don't think it would cost much, and I think he would add something to the room for sure.
Which kind of ties into this question. Thoughts on hearing zero about Jack Besh? I think the Raiders might do something like let's because besides Trey Tucker and Malik Benson, I mean, I guess Jalen Nair's made a couple plays. Wide receiver has been really quiet.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'd like to hear a little more about Besh. When the pads come on, I really want to hear something about Jack Besh because I think his physicality is where he makes his money. So I really hope so. If I don't, then yeah, we start going. I'm a big Besh fan at the moment, but if not, then we're on Besh watch for sure. Like he's gonna have to contribute this year. There's just no question whatsoever. I haven't seen a lot of clips of like anybody, to be honest. Everyone keeps talking. I haven't seen a clip. They've been really
quiet.
Really quiet in general.
Kubiak's running a tight ship over there.
Kubiak is not doing a damn. Like I heard Sam Warren was on Ted Wynn's podcast, and he was like, they were both a little frustrated that they're not posting nothing. Like there's like there's like not a whole lot to post, like and stuff. So hey, you never know, right? Like it could easily be. But yeah, we haven't heard anything about Jack Besh. I haven't heard anything about Thornton either, really.
I mean, because Jesse Merrick was mad. He basically said that they haven't thrown any like deep throws. They haven't been like going after explosive plays.
Yeah, I do think this team wants to run the football and throw to the tight ends. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, and which kind of ties into our 12 personnel conversation that I want to have too, because I was seeing more real questions here. This team's gonna run the ball. Let's see this. Thoughts on Cedric Jackson? He's getting starting reps. Is that? Did I miss that?
Okay. I want to talk about the starting reps when you hear starting reps or playing with the ones. We, as people who saw the Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly era, there was already a pecking order established before they ever took the field, right? Mm-hmm. Like they had their guys. They were going to play their guys. Those guys were starting. And then there was a pecking order. Clint Kubiak comes from the 49ers, and I'm kind of borrowing this from Ted Wynn, who said this as well, who he covers the Niners a little bit too. Yeah. So he was saying Kubiak comes from that Shanahan thing where they give a lot of guys who are with that second and third unit reps with the ones, so you can kind of find something like you're like, am I missing something about this guy? That's what you do, which I think is a good process to have during training camp.
Great process.
Is man, if I think this guy, hey, I think this guy's kind of good. Let me see him go against our CB1. Let me see him go against our left tackle one, our defensive end one, whatever, what have you. This is how the Niners found out Brock Purdy was good. This literally was the process that they did that. They say, hey, we like this Brock Purdy guy. I mean, he's just irrelevant. Whatever, but like he keeps impressing. Put him out there. Let's see what happens. Kubiak's doing that with a lot of these guys. So I think it's a good process, but I wouldn't take it as he's a starter.
Yeah.
When they do that. Now, if Cedric Jackson's cooking the ones, I might have some questions about Rob Leonard, but I also, but if he's cooking the ones, like you're going, okay, maybe there's something here. And I think Cedric Jackson's got a lot of talent. So but what I mean is I think as Raider fans, we're so used to changing coaches all the time. We kind of think they all operate a lot of the same way. So let's just let it be known this is their process, is that if they like, I think it shows that they like somebody, but it doesn't mean that they're starters.
Yeah. Before we get into our 12 personnel topics, I don't see any more questions here, really. Remember, we're doing a $1.99 giveaway for an FNL shirt and a TDL phone case right here. There's a phone case right here. Gives you a little phone case right there. Protect your phone with TDL protection.
Mm-hmm.
You
Your
know what I'm saying?
girlfriend cannot get into your phone if you have a TDL phone.
Yeah, your girlfriend can't get in your phone if you have TDL protection.
She
Your
cannot.
girlfriend is not allowed. The password gets automatically blocked. Right?
This is facts.
Automatically blocked. So if you know we don't support cheating over here, but if you're going to do it, get your TDL phone case.
We support cybersecurity.
Exactly.
I don't support cheating. I support cybersecurity, and she can't get in there. And women are all cyber hackers. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know
not the wonderful reporters at the Intermountain Performance Center. They're great. The other ones.
Great PR right there, Glenn.
Yeah.
Great PR there. All right. So before we get into like buy and sell and camp battles here, let's talk about the Raiders not throwing to wide receivers at all.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Because we are in a 12 personnel team with this. Okay. Because it was so funny. I forgot who said it. I think it was Sam Warren said it. How they weren't throwing to wide receivers at all. They were just throwing to Genty, Bowers, and Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
Which to me, when you think about that, when you just take a step back, and you reflect on that, like, is that really bad?
No.
Is that a bad thing? To be honest, like, I don't think it is. Because technically, those are the three. Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers are the best receivers on the team. Let's keep it real, guys. Let's keep it real with ourselves. Michael Mayer is a stud. He is. And that's why them drafting Brock Bowers put him in a depression. I don't know what happened to him, but it kind of felt that way. I felt like that. You're saying a tight end is better than me. I am a stud. I am a superstar, which he kind of is. He's a legit tight end, bro. Like his rookie year, before he got hurt, he was playing pretty damn well. He was moving the chains. He was doing a lot of things. I don't know how that Raiders offense even works if he doesn't get hurt, because he missed the last 4 games of that season. They still found a way to go 8-9. Right? He's a stud, man. And I'm trying to pull this Kubiak quote. Kubiak had a good quote about him. I go back watching Michael Mayer in Notre Dame. He's always open, catches everything. He's extremely unselfish in the run game. So he's really had a positive start to be expected. Like, we're talking about these wide receivers all day. Like, what is Dante Thornton going to do? What is Jack Besh going to do? This feels like it's going to be a Bowers, Genty, and Mayer world in this offense.
And then they just signed Zach Kuntz, the 10 RAS guy.
Which hopefully is an Ian Thomas shot, because that's what I'm hoping that is.
Yeah, maybe he's like, Ian Thomas sucks ass. Let's go sign this Zach. I remember the Zach. First of all, I want to address your what you said, but Zach Kuntz. I remember that was a big draft guy at the time. Everyone wanted Zach Kuntz.
I remember that. He's from Michigan, right?
Old Dominion.
Oh yeah, that.
Remember the Old Dominion guy with the 10 RAS? They signed him. So they signed him, I believe, today. Mm-hmm. That is, first off, I like it because it shows knowledge of personnel. That's what I like about this more than anything. Is it the right way to win games? We'll see. But it's to me, it's like you said. I think Michael Mayer is really good. I'm a little biased, of course. He's one of my favorite Notre Dame players of all time. Uh-huh. But even last year, garbage time part of the year, he was putting up numbers.
Yeah.
He kind of was. Like, Brock was hurt. Brock was on IR. And Michael Mayer was out there. He was kind of the featured receiver on the team. And I'd like to see some throws to Trey Tucker, and I'd like to see that. But if you have Naylor and Tucker and you can pepper the ball to them, but the problem is, to me, is you have to be able to run the ball. This Bowers and Mayer thing, it only works if you're running the ball. They cannot be having Genty getting swallowed up in the backfield, because 12 personnel is garbage when that happens. Like, if you cannot run the ball. Mm-hmm. And I certainly hope they have that figured out. That's number one. And Linderbaum signing is great. I mean, I'll say it, JPJ showing up. I didn't say this the last episode, and I wanted to. I've been very critical of JPJ, but the fact he showed up early to camp really showed me something a little bit.
He
Was
wants
just like,
that job.
okay,
He
you
wants
know
that
what?
job.
Like, you showed up, you understand that like you're not God's gift to the world. You're an NFL player who has to earn a job, and you have to do a lot more things than just being the guy who crushes beer cans on your head and like, you know, every once in a while pancake somebody. Like, you have to day in and day out go win a job. You have to do all the little things. Like, these guys are great players you're going against. You have to go win that. So like that, these are all good signs in my opinion. So if they're able to run the ball, yes, 12 personnel, let's run through the tight ends. They don't have a JSN on this team. So why? I mean, they have Brock Bowers, who absolutely can be your featured player. It's just not the same thing as having JSN schematically. You can do some things with him that you do with JSN, but like he's just not going to line up at X a lot of times, right? Like it's just not really going to be the case. Hey, actually, I wouldn't rule it out. Maybe you will, but that's just going. The whole time I've been lauding and touting the Raiders by this offseason by saying the only reason it feels different to me, truly, as of now, without seeing them play it down, is that they seem to know what's going on the roster. They seem to go, this is what I have, this is what I don't have, and this is what I'll do with it. And that's the best coaches. Like, I watched Robert Saleh coach a competent Niners defense last year with everybody hurt. They were electrocuting people from the substation. Their Achilles were being electrocuted by magnets. I have no idea what was happening, but their Achilles tendons were disappearing. And Robert Saleh found a way to coach a competent defense because they had awareness of what he had, awareness of personnel. And that's what this shows to me.
Yeah, I love it. Because the thing is, Kubiak has never thrown a tight ends like this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's not like this isn't just what like Kubiak does. Like, hey, 2 tight ends, my running back, you know? Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do that. That means he's watched the film and he's like, who are my best receivers on this team? Right? And I love that shit. Like, it's because to me, if I'm looking at this football team, that's what I would do. Like, they're literally your best receivers on the team. Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers are the best receivers on your team. Like, we can get into Trey Tucker. I love Trey Tucker, right? And I really hope he does something with Trey Tucker. And I think that's how it's going to go. It's going to go Tucker, Mayer, Bowers, Genty. We're going to see Genty really involved in this passing game. I think that's going to be something that we're not talking about enough, where we're seeing him catching a lot of passes, a lot of choice routes, a lot of him running wheels, a lot of ways to get him involved in the football game besides running the football, right? And that's why I think like Mike Washington, those guys, we can talk about what they're going to do really, but they are really going to focus on putting Genty in the passing game, and I think this is going to have a huge deal on how we view Genty and where you should draft him as fantasy. Like, if you're a fantasy guy and you're watching the show, like, Genty's getting the football. He's getting touches. There's going to be some swing routes to Genty. There's going to be him just getting the football, right? But I do believe, like, Kubiak is designing this offense, obviously, how Michael Mayer's been balling in camp. This offense is designed around Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. That's what I'm getting from this. And I don't know how you see it, Glenn, but I kind of see it that way myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I think AJ Barner for Seattle is a good tight end. I think he's good. Mm-hmm. Good to pretty damn good. Like, I think that's where he's at. I think AJ Barner is more of a Michael Mayer type player, where it's that guy's a good player. Uh-huh. He has Brock Bowers. That first quote about the football robot from heaven, Brock Bowers, that just tells you how he's designing the offense right then and there. And anybody with a pulse and 2 brain cells to rub together, which the Raiders haven't had in a while, by the way, but they can get to the Raiders and go 89's. That's how I win. And 89 plus running the ball, plus Michael Mayer as your second tight end, plus some I will say like some efficient plays to Tucker, efficient plays to Naylor, like that makes sense. I don't know what it's going to mean in terms of wins and losses this year, but yeah, you might get to a point where at the end of the year you go, yeah, you know what? We need the wide receiver one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think most people know that they're probably going to come to that conclusion. But it's not there. And my problem, Kubiak would be a stupid coach if he said Trey Tucker needs to have 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns this year. Like that has to happen because that's my wide receiver one. That's when you know you'd be a stupid coach. Is when you try to make somebody who's not that, somebody who's probably an 800 to maybe 1,000-yard wide receiver here and there, volatile year-to-year guy. It makes it sound like I'm crapping on Trey Tucker. I'm really not.
Yeah.
But like you know that he's not Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
But Brock Bowers is like Tony Gonzalez level good. Like he is, like he is that good.
Yeah.
So feature him.
It's just so smart to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because when I think about it, like that's literally what I would do, man. It's Michael Mayer is like I said, you're right, but Michael Mayer, it feels like he might be like a Dallas Goedert though.
Yeah, no, but I think Barner's like that level too. I agree. With you.
You're
like,
right.
I think we're all talking about, we agree on that. Like he's not the top tier, but he's like that's a good player.
Yeah,
rostered on fantasy teams, like good, like
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that. It just shows how smart he is. Because Jalen Naylor, they're getting some throws here and there, and some of Malik Benson, these guys and working in and there. But to me, I really feel like you're right. It's gonna be a Brock Bowers offense, right? Brock Bowers he's gonna be JSN, just like we always thought. And I think that we're gonna be running a lot of 12 personnel. John Dougal asked about Hayward and Genty and 21 personnel. That might be a thing too.
For sure.
But even when you do that, you're still focusing on Bowers.
Yeah, Hayward doesn't change any of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all gonna be about Bowers and what he can do, and then Michael Mayer's mixed in there, and then probably Tucker and Naylor somewhere in there somewhere. But I do believe like he's gonna find ways to maximize these guys. And just having Michael Mayer in there and having him be able to, get those targets, it brings up his confidence too.
Yeah, he needs it.
Right, which I think will also probably make him a better blocker. I think he struggled blocking last year. I think as a rookie, he blocked better as he did in his second year.
Yeah,
last year. Maybe it was. This is his fourth year, isn't it? This is his contract year, huh?
This should be his contract year. Yeah.
Oh shit, it is.
He was the Tyree Wilson draft, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see that dynamic from Michael Mayer, but yeah, that's where I think this offense is going to run through. It's going to run through those two. Which shit, if I'm looking, that's what I like about this coaching staff because I was looking at this roster, so I would do. Why not?
Exactly. It's all you coaches. Oftentimes, like I said, they try to shoehorn things into an offense because this is what I do. So if I don't have JSN, Trey Tucker's my JSN. No, he's not. That's not what he is. Brock Bowers is the best receiver on your team. Find a way to give him JSN level volume, but in his own special way. Get the ball in his hands. Michael Mayer's your other guy, right? Michael Mayer's your red zone guy. He might even be your red zone guy. He might even be this chain mover guy. And then you scheme up your touches for Jack Besh. You scheme up your touches for Naylor. Again, they hired Kubiak was the bell of the ball for a reason. So I expect a lot out of him. And really, year one, it's not about wins and losses. I got to see the process with him. That word is kind of annoying, process, because the NFL is about results at the end of the day. But this year, I'm going to give him a little bit of a kind of a prove it year to just go like, hey, do you understand what's going on this team right now? And do you know how to extract the most out of what you have?
Yeah.
By being aware of your personnel.
All right, let's get some of these questions. We got some good questions here. As we had this discussion here, is Kubiak more modernized in comparison to our past head coaches to today's NFL? It's a good question.
Yes, for sure. I because even McDaniels was really rigid in what he did. That was our last offensive mind, right?
I still don't like Josh McDaniels. Ted had him number 8 in front of Kubiak. I was mad about that. But he said that the defense coordinators did that. I just don't get the love for Josh McDaniels. Like, you guys know he's running dagger on 3rd and 10. Stop giving him respect. But anyways, But anyways, that's just my personal opinion.
Right. So like I will say, I think Gruden as a play caller was good. Like Gruden could cook, and
Yeah.
I think he could. But I wouldn't say he was modern. I would say he was very John Gruden.
Okay.
Kubiak's running a Shanahan offense, and he's running it the way Shanahan ran it. I mean, but again, it's your personnel usage, I think, is what makes you modern. And like the modern thing is going like, look, there's a lot of turnover in the NFL. You never have the same roster 2 years in a row. What do I do with what I have each year? And that's like the McVays, that's the Shanahans. That's like why they're good, is because every year it's like, oh, lost Debo Samuel. Now what do I do? Oh, I lost so and so. We'll see what Shanahan. You lost Jawan Jennings. What does he do now to replace him? Like, you at least have confidence that he's going to find something. They get Deshaun Stribling, right? Like Shanahan, they get Deshaun Stribling. He's probably going to become the Jawan Jennings replacement, and you're pretty confident that that's the case. With Kubiak, I need Spytek to cook in the draft. I think he will for sure, but I also just need him to go, what's the best thing I can do with Michael Mayer?
Exactly.
Can I make Michael Mayer a 600 to 700 yard receiving tight end while Bowers is getting 1,200, and can they both combine for 18 touchdowns? And can they, hey, can he get Michael Mayer paid by his own team? Both guys get extensions. What about that?
Yeah.
What about that? What about Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers extensions this year?
That would be awesome. Justin and DJ's come with the great questions, man. But I gotta get to some of these paid questions here. Does Vita Vea fit the timeline? I hear people saying no, but I feel like we are in the window to compete. Fernando's a rookie on a rookie contract, and when Fernando's second contract comes up, Vita 34 and cheap.
I agree with you, Ruben. I agree with you because for the most part, the Raiders have done the getting guys that are 26, 27 years old in free agency and then drafting. I think you're allowed like one old guy flyer where you're like, let's see. And I don't think Vea costs that much in terms of draft capital. And I think the extension that you give him, it's weird. People talk about his age, but I feel like defensive tackle ages well.
Mm-hmm.
Calais Campbell's like 90.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jonathan Hankins just retired. Like, guys play for a long time at defensive tackle. When you're a big fat guy in the middle, like you can play for a long time as long as your feet hold up. And Vita Vea last year, Brandon Thorne did a wonderful thing on the Just Win podcast where he talked about true pressure rate, where I'm sure the charting of this can be debated, but he said Vita Vea was 5th in the NFL in non-schemed pressures, like just one-on-one wins. Like, he's still really freaking good. Mm-hmm. And to me, if you're keeping Max Crosby, trade for Vita Vea. That's my take on it. If you're saying like, okay, Max, I'm not trading you, go get him then, because what's the point of Max Crosby if you're not going to do something like that in the middle with it? And I think you're allowed one thing. Like, if you got 3 good years out of Vita Vea, I still think it only costs like a 4th round. I don't think it's a 2nd round pick because you have to pay him.
Yeah.
The fact that he needs a new contract in his 30s weakens the trade value. It happens every single time. People are always shocked by the draft compensation. What? A 5th round pick? A 4th round pick? Yeah, because I got to pay him.
Yeah.
I would do it in a heartbeat. I think that makes this defense so much more competent overnight. I think it makes the defensive line great. I think it frees up guys like Tonka Hemingway. I think it frees up guys like Adam Butler to do what they do normally good. And then it takes care of them damn linebackers. You just paid 2 linebackers. So, like, make sure these linebackers are coming in clean. So I would do it personally.
I like Vita Vea because I don't think he's a nose tackle. Like, Vita Vea is
he plays edge. He plays edge
He is
sometimes.
A defensive lineman. Like, my dude's T. Severe from the Pharaoh NFL show. Shout out to Severe. But, he was talking to me about how, Dexter Lawrence has more pressures than him as a nose tackle. But Vita Vea isn't a nose tackle. He's just a fat dude playing 3 technique. You know what I mean? Like he's a fat Warren Sapp kind of. I'm not saying he's Warren Sapp, okay? I mean, but he's a fat guy who does more than just play nose
Right.
tackle. So you can move him around and do a whole lot with Vita Vea if you made that trade. So
yeah. I think the
it-
Bucks are going to cave and pay him. By the way, I don't think he's going to get traded, but
I think so too, because
Yeah.
that's why I said when we were talking about it on the live we did about the other day with the 53-man projection. I talked about it like we got to wait a couple weeks because one, the Raiders are playing Tonka Hemingway, right?
Yeah.
So they believe that he's the dude. So they have
do.
this young guy already. They think he could be that guy. Are they going to trade for somebody else to do that? Unless Tonka Hemingway he goes up against the Texans and Keelan Rutledge is kicking his ass.
Exactly.
Then they might trade for Vita Vea. You know what I mean? Like we gotta wait on that. We gotta wait. They gotta evaluate this football team more.
Right. I just hate the timeline argument. I don't see how it disrupts the timeline. I don't think you're giving up that meaningful of a pick. People keep saying second round. I don't think it's a second round pick. I don't. I think it's a third and maybe a pick swap later. I think gets it done personally. Plus the contract, because at the end of the day, this player is in his 30s and wants a new contract. If he was 25, yes, it would be a lot more. Plus the new contract. That's why Khalil Mack went for so much. It's this is a player in his 30s. But I also think defensive tackle ages better than edge.
They do.
It does. They do. There's old guys that play for a long time. Geno Atkins played for a while. Like these guys play for a while.
Yeah, if you're fat and you clock at the middle, bro, you play for a minute.
They play for a long time. So to me, they're like, oh, he's got like a year left. No, he doesn't. He's got about 3 years left, and I'll take 3 years of Vita Vea.
He might have 3 years as a pass rusher left.
That's what I'm saying. And then even then, he'd still have value for you as just a space-eating, clogging nose tackle.
Yeah.
You know, I would do it all day. I saw a lot of people doing the timeline thing, and I'm like, this is why you draft Mendoza, by the way, is so you can do shit like this.
I agree with that.
Like you draft Mendoza so you can have a controllable rookie contract at quarterback and then be able to just stack up like legit, monsters around him. That's what you do. I think this fixes the Raiders' defensive line almost completely if they get him.
I agree. Dutchmaster, you talked about Christian Boutte already.
I'm a fan of trading for him. Yes.
Yeah. I would draft Genty if I was in fantasy.
Genty and Bowers are the only two Raiders I'd draft.
There was on Yahoo Fantasy podcast that had a Raiders assistant coach. I'm gonna get that guy on our Just Stats Baby show. I'm focused on that because he used to be a Raiders analyst last year. I'm gonna get him on the show, Glenn. I'm focused on getting.
Who is this?
He follows me, Brian Prignetti.
Okay.
He follows me on Twitter.
Oh,
I'm gonna get him on.
Yes.
I'm gonna get him on Just Stats Baby when we do that during the season. And have him talk about Raiders analytics. That's just my goal.
Sure.
But he says Pete Carroll's plan was a legit throw only to Brock. I'm pretty sure there are idiots last year, so I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm sorry. Because he was on I forgot what podcast he was on. But he was talking to somebody, like I think it was the Yahoo podcast, and he was talking about how the Chargers ran the ball every time they were on like second and 2 or second and 1, and like Pete Carroll didn't listen to him, so they kept giving up runs on, like, you know what I mean. So I want him on the show. That's my goal. I'm gonna get Ryan Prignetti on the show. Ryan, if you're listening, and I know you follow me, you fuck with me here, I'm gonna get you on Just Stats Baby. You ain't gotta be on here every single. You ain't gotta be on there every single week. Maybe after week 1, maybe after week 5, let me get some updates. That's all I want. I want some, get some real analytics here. All right, Hayward good in pass pro, Bowers at fullback, and 21 personnel. I don't know. I haven't really studied Connor Hayward. I'm sorry, I haven't, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, hey, he could be cool. He could be. They seem really high on him, but yeah, we'll see.
Can Cousins really be the starter after that video of him running the line trips?
I'm telling you, man,
he can't move. He can't.
Yeah, and then you throw a pick in 7-on-7. That's my thing. That plus that is rough.
Throwing a pick in 7-on-7 is you get cut if I was coach. I'm sorry. I don't care how much you make. And they have a way they could cut him right now, especially with the $10 million and the no guarantee money. I could cut him right now after throwing a pick 7-7.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like
You're out of here, bro.
I'm just saying, man, you cannot do both. You can't be slow and not move and throw a pick in 7-on-7. You cannot do both.
All right. Who besides Max has trade value?
No, man, not a lot of people, honestly. I think Trey Tucker might have a little. I don't think they would. I just mean he might have a little
Michael
trade
Mayer
value.
does, right?
Michael Mayer's got some trade value. We're talking day 3 picks at this point, though. Like it's nothing that's it's kind of a cheaper to keeper. Colton Miller does, but again, you're not trading him the year you draft a rookie quarterback. Genti has trade value. You're probably not trading him. Yeah, no, it's slim pickings on the Raiders right now. They haven't drafted well for a long time. I think they just started drafting kind of good. So
yeah,
that's the problem. If they're really bad this year, I could see Naylor getting traded.
Yeah.
Like if they're bad, I could say like if they're bad, but Naylor's like putting up some numbers, and like Naylor looks kind of good, I could see him getting traded.
I think the linemen, like DJ Glaze might have some trade value. Like if he moved to a power system, like a gap team, because I think if he played in that type of system, like because he was drafted, right? Who's he drafted? He was drafted by no Tom Telesco. Tom Telesco thought Alex Madison could run an outside zone, so I don't know what.
I'm just glad he got Brock Bowers, man. That's like Tom Telesco. I'll never say a bad thing about Tom Telesco because he did draft Brock Bowers.
He did.
And that wasn't as easy as a pick as people make it out to be because the Raiders did not need him at the time. Like that was a straight up best player available pick. And he said, "This is a beast. I have to take this guy." So yeah, I'll give him that.
All right.
Jeremy Chin. I'll give Jeremy Chin that. I can see a team trading for Jeremy Chin for sure.
Yeah. Just in a DJ, I gotta go pee real quick, so I'm gonna. How would the type of offense work against other teams with Clint Kubiak, 12 personnel? I'm gonna see you again. Bathroom real quick.
I think Marcus has talked about this for a while. Like the NFL has become a running league, kind of almost exclusively. Like the quarterback play is just a little bit different than it used to be. Like quarterback play matters a lot in the fourth quarter. It matters if you can make big throws, but down to down, it matters if you can run the football and complete high percentage throws and yards after the catch. That just seems to be the way to beat this too high safety looks that and this kind of positionless football that Rob Leonard's trying to do with the Raiders defense, but a lot of the NFL has adopted where they just want athletes everywhere at every position tackling. That's a big thing in the NFL right now. So I will say that if this is, I think it's the number one thing this year is if the Raiders can run the football. It's I don't even care about. I care less about Kirk Cousins versus Fernando Mendoza than I do can the Raiders run the football. If the Raiders run the football this year, they're going to be good. Straight up, they're going to be a good team, and it's not going to matter too much who's at quarterback this first year. It just allows them to do so much. Running the football unlocks Brock Bowers. It unlocks Michael Mayer and all of that. They're just going to need to do that. I think there's a little bit more exotic stuff that teams are doing right now, but also linebackers got really small. Linebackers got really small the last few years, so teams are running at them. Dallas Cowboys have learned that you don't draft 215-pound linebackers. We will run the football on you. We'll get 6 yards of carry, and we will talk about your mom the entire time. Yeah. So that's what we need the Raiders to do this year, because if they can't run the ball, none of this matters.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to the bathroom now, too, so go ahead,
Mike. All right, because he has a good follow-up question. What's the difference between Shanahan and Kubiak's offense? I don't think there's that much of a difference. I would say Kubiak is a little more old school. He's more old school 90s outside zone offense than he is more than Shanahan. Even though I think Shanahan went more outside zone last year, I think that Kubiak is just a little bit more old school because, Kubiak offense is like the Seahawks ran the ball 50% of the time last year. I don't think people talk about that a lot. Like the Seahawks were a running football team. And I think that's what we're going to see from the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be like a 53% run, 47% pass all year. That's why you're going to see Mike Washington get some more carries than you expect because they're going to be running the ball like crazy. That's what I think, in my opinion. So if I had to go based off that would be my thing for that. Sorry guys, I couldn't give you the flush. I couldn't do that, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get some more of these questions here, and then we get to our next topic. When are we getting that damn Wilkins money back? I have no idea, man. I don't know about that. That's a good one. Who looked faster, Cousins or Henderson? Henderson did look like he didn't have a lot of bend left. Henderson's like what? Like he's like 32 or something like that. He's an old ass dude. He is. He's an old guy. You have to remember, like when he signed with the Bengals, he was coming off signing with the Saints. He already had like 4 years with the Saints already, 4 or 5 years with the Saints. Then he signed with the Bengals. So he's an older dude. But we're gonna get into Zeke Masters in a second right now, actually.
Yes. Buy or sell time.
Should we go back to the 2001, 2002 Raiders offense? Kind of.
Yeah, we don't have Brown and Rice though.
It's gonna be. I would say it's gonna be like more. It's gonna be like old. It's definitely gonna be an old school, new school mix.
Yeah, I think we have better tight ends than that team did.
Yeah,
but they had better receivers, 100%. Brown and Rice and Porter were off the hook.
All right, let's. I'm gonna finish here with camp battles. Let's get to our buy and sell here, Glenn. I'm gonna pull this up here. Buy or sell, okay? Because people ask about Hezekiah Masters. I got a question. Did we talk about Zeke Masters yet? I joined late.
We have not.
Okay, so
we're gonna buy or sell these guys.
All right, so buy or sell Hezekiah Masters.
So the exercise is the hype, right? Like these are 4 players that have been getting relatively hyped by the Raiders, beat reporters, national media and stuff. Are you buying or selling the hype right now? Because a lot has to happen for these guys to be NFL players that are good in the NFL. There have been plenty of good Raiders training camp people that never ended up becoming good NFL players.
Yeah.
But Hezekiah Masters, right? I'm buying Hezekiah Masters. I don't know to what degree. Like, is he CB1? I have no idea. I'm going to say no at the moment. I'm buying him as a valuable part of the secondary, though. That's one thing I am buying. Because, for one, you were always really high on him, Marcus. You were very high on him, and he executed what was asked of him, like, really well. Good ball production. He could play. I'm going to buy it at the moment. And I saw somebody in the TDL Discord, which you guys should all join if you're not already.
Yeah, join the TDL Discord if you haven't.
Yeah, join the TDL Discord. I saw somebody saying, like, we'll see what happens when the pads come on. I don't care about pads for corners.
I don't me either. That's what I'm saying. I was like, dog, he's a corner. Who cares?
Safeties, I do. Absolutely. Corners, I don't. Corner, you need to cover. You need to play the football. Yes, it'd be nice if you could tackle. Don't get me wrong. Like, I want you to tackle. It's bad when you can't. But at the end of the day, for me to say, like Trey Tucker said, like, who's 35? Like, man, who's 35? Like, there's a lot of – he's catching the eye of people who have played in the league and played against legit corners. They might have found somebody.
Yeah. Kubiak says today, yeah, I just love where we are in the DB room. There's a lot of guys that are fighting to get on the field, and not everybody's going to start, but everybody's going to play special teams in different personal packages. So Zeke's just another one of those guys like Jermon McCoy and these young corners. These young safeties are getting a lot of value at reps right now. We're learning about what they can handle, which means that he loves Hezekiah Masters. Let's dissect that. That means he loves him. That's basically what he's saying. Now, I love Hezekiah Masters too. I do. The thing is, like, they're playing a lot of press coverage, but I think they're going to play a lot of cover 5, which is cover 2 man if you play Madden football. And I think he can do that. I think he's really good at that. He's a really smart guy, right? He said Brock was cooking Masters' boots. Guys, bro, who isn't Brock cooking? Let's keep it real there. But I'm buying Masters just because when I was putting this together, Glenn, I used like a kind of template from the day 3 sleepers. I had Hezekiah Masters on there.
You did. No, before they drafted him, you were a big fan.
I'm a huge Hezekiah Masters guy. So I am excited. Now, let's talk about this other side of this, though, with Hezekiah Masters. What does this mean for Darian Porter? Because Porter had a good day today. I think this is putting a little fire in his ass. Pause.
Yeah, but I think he's fine.
Okay.
Like I think he's fine. I mean, is Eric Stokes a guaranteed starter? Maybe. Maybe to start the year. Maybe to start the year right away. I don't. What if Porter and Masses are your starters?
See, that's the thing. But we're also getting Jamar McCoy.
Then that's the thing, which is a good problem to have. And Jermod McCoy was, I believe I did see some reports of him making some plays too.
Yeah.
Which, for not playing football for like a year, going out there making plays against an NFL offense is pretty nice. Like that's good. So you have those three. Like Eric Stokes did get a 3-year deal with the Raiders.
He did.
He's there. I don't think you have to hand him a starting job. He might have one right off the bat, but I don't know if we're talking about over the scope of an NFL year. That's why I think like Massis to me is like a CB2, CB3 kind of guy, which to find that in the 5th round is miraculous in my opinion. That's wonderful. To me, it's McCoy. I think it's McCoy and Porter that are the two guys you're going like I have a chance to have like 2 legit corners there.
Yeah.
And then Masses is my third, and then I have like a secondary. God forbid Stukes is an awesome, safety, and then you're like, holy crap, we have one of those like Eagles type secondaries with Quinyon Mitchell, like where you draft them all at like once. Mm-hmm. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, like those guys, like you hope you have that out of these guys. I am buying the hype. I don't know about this year. I think this year is going to be trial by fire. I think this year is going to be very boom or bust, where we're going to see great plays, or we're going to see really bad coverage busts. But I'm really excited about the secondary.
Like, because the thing I like about Masters getting to play, because McCoy is eventually going to replace Stokes. Let's just keep it real, right? McCoy, if McCoy's healthy, he's replacing Stokes.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? And I don't know how Stokes' contract is set up, but if he's smart and he's looking around, you're about to get replaced, homie. So what a Raiders, I would say what Raider Nation should want is, if Darren Porter is not as good as Hezekiah Masters, and Hezekiah Masters is that guy, you still have McCoy and Masters.
Yeah.
It's McCoy and Porter. Whatever you have there, that still works out for me. Because you have 2 young corners you can build with, right?
You might have 3.
You might have 3, and then you bring in Stukes. Somebody asked about Stukes, and Stukes hasn't really made any plays, but I think Stukes is more of a safety, moving around a little bit. He's not gonna play in the slot. He's a free safety, right?
I agree.
And his team's playing too high, so that's why you see Palomar.
Teron Johnson. To be fair, Teron Johnson's been holding down the nickel spot. It sounds like he's been making plays.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty well. So Teron Johnson's the nickel. Stukes and Palomar from camp. When I'm hearing from camp, they're the safeties right now.
Hopefully Chin finds a little kind of role in there too. But I think Chin might be a trade bait guy at some point.
They should just cut his ass. He's old. Who cares?
They might trade him. I could see a team wanting him. Like a team trading him like a 6th round pick for him, 5th round pick.
Yes, that's a true point. But Masters is the thing. All right, so let's move on. Talk to Hemingway by yourself.
Selling. So here's why.
Okay.
I think this is why I want to trade for Vita Vea. Because if you traded for Vita Vea, I'd buy Tonka Hemingway.
Okay.
And why you might ask? The pads have not come on yet. I think Tonka Hemingway in the run game is a severe liability. Like a severe liability.
He is.
Now I know exactly what he is as a pass rusher, and I think he's good. I think he's going to be a good pass rusher in that regard. To me, when you pencil him in to get like number 1 I won't say nose tackle, but defensive tackle starting reps, that's when you sour on a guy like Tonka Hemingway.
Yeah.
But if you're giving him kind of select looks where hey, you're well rested, you're coming in here and I need you to get after the quarterback. It's 3rd and 7. Go get the quarterback. I think he can do it. But right now, he's being talked about in a way that I think people are going to try to trust him with things he cannot be trusted with. And I think in the run game, he is a severe liability.
The Pats, see, the thing with talking Hemingway and talking about defensive lineman or any offensive lineman, Pats haven't come on yet.
That's what I mean. Like, so it's like you can't. I know he can pass, but the thing is, I know he can pass rush and pads. I feel like he can.
Because that's my thing. Like the Pats haven't come on yet. We can't talk about the trenches at all. That's why I'm selling for right now. Because I'm not saying I'm not buying Tonka Hemingway as being a good player, but we're talking about training camp hype, right? I'm selling on Tonka Hemingway because the Pats haven't been on yet. I don't give a fuck what a defensive lineman does with a jean with the shirt, a jersey, and shorts on. Right. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Let's see what happens when you put some damn pads on, because that's what really pads are for. You know, we can talk about DBs like Hezekiah Masters and those guys. We can evaluate those guys without pads and shit like that. Talking Hemingway with no pads, I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what you're doing right now. Let's put some pads on when you really have to fucking play defensive tackle, and let's see what you really do then. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and we'll see. Hopefully, he whoops Spencer Burford's ass, and they don't.
Yes, I really do. You're right about that, Glenn. I hope he whips Spencer Burford's ass, but like, there's no pads on. Like, why are we talking about these tackles at all?
Yeah, I do think he's got juice as a pass rusher. I think he showed that last. I think last year he showed he could be a very energetic, disruptive interior presence. The problem is like the Raiders are, it's a tale as old as time. They trust these guys that are good at one thing to do a bunch of things, and they suck. And then we cut them, and then the next team gets them, and they're asked to do one thing, and they're pretty good. Because the other team understands what they are. And this is the whole thing I'm talking about with Kubiak. He understands what the roster is. So I hope that extends itself to the defense with a guy like Tonka Hemingway.
Yeah, Dylan Lobby is the next one. Has there been any rumors or any news or rumors on Dylan Lobby? Yes, Dylan Lobby is supposedly against Mike Washington for running back 2.
Yeah, Dylan Lobby
by yourself.
Dylan Lobby sucks. Like I'm sorry, like he's not an NFL player. Like, sell.
I don't know why you said that made me laugh so much.
Yeah, no, he's not a good player. What are you running back 2? So if Ashton Genty gets hurt, my starting running back is Dylan Lowby. Damn, Genty's out, man. Hey, but the Raiders have been cooking this year. Like, who's the backup? Dylan Lowby. Where'd he go? New Hampshire. What has he done in the league? Nothing. I like what? I might even sell him as RB3.
All right. Okay.
No, I'm not. Like, what am I missing here, Marcus?
Because my thing, okay. Dylan Lobby, I'm like in between here with Dylan Lobby, okay? Because Lobby did get a shot last year as a second team running back. Remember the Commanders game?
Mm-hmm.
What happened, Glenn?
Didn't he fumble?
Yeah, he fumbled. He got tackled in the backfield.
That's what I mean. Like, no pads have come on yet. Dylan Lowby's killing it right now with no pads on. He twerked at practice.
When he's a special team, I think Lobby's gonna make the football team. Is that when him versus Mike Washington? I don't know about that. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I think Mike Washington's gonna cook him.
I think so too.
But what? No, it's just I saw this all week. I was like, you guys, are we talking about the same person? Are we talking about that Dylan Lowby? They signed another guy named Dylan Lowby that holds on to the football when you hit him? No. Yeah, special teams. I sure, maybe he makes the team. Maybe somehow he makes the team. But here's the thing. We're going to talk about a guy after this who I think could put him out of a job because of special teams.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, in a perfect world, he doesn't make the damn if the Raiders are good, I feel like he's not on the team.
I still believe, because when I did my 53-man projection, people laughed at me because I put a free agent on there. I still think they signed somebody. I don't think they're going to they're not going to the season with this running back class.
Running back happens often. That happens very often.
Because Chris Collier just got hurt too.
He got cut.
He got cut.
Cut hurt.
They're bringing in somebody, guys. Like, I don't know who it is.
They worked out. They said Dylan Laube is so sick that we're gonna work out the corpse of Miles Sanders. They dug him up like Pet Cemetery out of the grave. They took a shovel in the ground. They said, Miles, please come back to life. Because Dylan Laube is twerking at practice. Like, I don't know. Like, what are we talking about here?
That's
what I'm saying. Like, they worked out you are not a good running back if your team goes, hey, what's Miles Sanders up to?
what is Miles Sanders doing? I mean, let's see what he could do.
Hey, I just watched Larry Johnson's Instagram live. Can he go rush for us right now? Like, what the hell? What in tarnation? That's what I say to that. This is crazy to me.
They're going to bring in somebody. And I don't know. I was trying to bring in running back free agents. I'm going to do that right now. But why did they just re-sign Moser? He's an outside zone.
I see. That to me makes a little sense. But yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, I swear if they do that, like we get to like August 18th, they re-sign Moser, I'm going to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Because they should have did this shit from the beginning. Because he fits the system.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think I said that.
He didn't look bad last year either.
I didn't think so either. I'd rather have him over Dylan Laube. Dylan Laube, like his first career carry, he just ran outside. TJ Watt punched the ball out of him. It looked like Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, it was just ridiculous. What are we talking about here? We're trying to be better as a team.
All right. Last guy, Malik Benson. Buy or sell?
Buy.
I'm buying.
I think he's going to make the team as a returner.
Yeah.
I don't think the Raiders have returners right now that I trust. Really like his makeup as a person, liked his interview with Paul Gutierrez. I don't base, my judgment on this often interview, but he, I think he can catch the ball. That's a big thing, is he can catch the ball. I think he's going to make some big plays in the preseason. I think he's going to have some chemistry with Fernando Mendoza. I think he's going to make the team. I think he's going to be probably wide receiver 5, and I think Dante Thornton better not slip up, because I think this guy does the things we want Dante Thornton to do.
Yeah.
And I think he's a returner. I mean, the punt return against USC is off the hook if you watch that. Raiders haven't had that in a long time, since Dwayne Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a guy that I think is going to be a reasonably prominent figure on the Raiders this year.
Yeah, he's making plays in camp too. That's why I think Dante Thornton's getting cut. Jack Bech might get cut too if he doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, not this year, but yeah, I mean he's gonna have to make some plays when the pads come on. He's gonna have to block. He's gonna have to. Yeah, there's Derek Young too. I know. I don't want to talk about it like that way, but like Derek Young is a returner, a veteran returner in the league, so he's gonna But if Malik Benson comes out and plays better than him, yeah, for sure.
I mean, Derek Young is making the team just because he's a special teams guy, which pisses me off.
But what if Malik Benson has like a kick return in the preseason for a touchdown or something? Like, that's what I mean.
But the thing is, it's not even about Derek Young turning kicks. He just plays special teams. He's a tackle guy. He's
gunner and stuff. Yeah,
he's that bullshit.
Hey, so does Darian Porter apparently. I mean, that was all I heard about Darian Porter. So hopefully that happens too. So.
Yeah. All right, let's get some questions and read our last topic here, which is the cut candidates here. What happened with Najee Harris? I don't know. Najee Harris, can Najee Harris move? Can he walk?
That's what I'm saying. If people are contacting Miles Sanders right now, it's looking ugly.
What are your biggest surprises so far of this camp?
I actually haven't been surprised by anything, and that's a good thing. I think it's come out, and I think it's looked pretty good. Like, it's just everything's looked the way I thought it's looked. I think they're a team that's missing a few personnel things because of lack of good drafting. So they're just missing wide receiver 1. They're missing, some more talent on the defensive line. They're missing talent on the offensive line, but I think they're doing pretty well. I think they're drafting pretty well, all things considered. People talk about Jack Besh, but I think Genty's a good pick. I think Porter's making plays. I think this year, you talk about this year's draft, right? This year's draft has the chance to straight up turn a franchise around.
Yeah.
Straight up. Mendoza and McCoy. What if McCoy's a good corner and Mendoza's a good quarterback? Your franchise is turned around. That you have turned the franchise around with one draft. And I'm not even talking about the other picks that they've made. Stukes and all this stuff. So we'll see. The guys that are popping, the guys that are supposed to show out look like they're showing out, albeit the Jack Beshes and other guys maybe haven't stood out the way we want them to. But I think they look good. So I think they're on the right track. I think they need to be disciplined. I still make a trade for Vita Vea, but I don't make a trade for wide receiver 1 where I'm giving up future firsts right now. I make a trade for a Vita Vea where I'm giving up a mid-round pick to go get a stalwart nose tackle. That's stuff I do right now. Yeah. And they just need to stay that course and just not get too big for their britches.
Yeah, I feel you. California, I got your address. I'm sending that. I actually sent that out to you. So just be expecting that pretty soon here for the black duffel bag here. What other questions here? Thoughts on Cedric Jackson getting burned with the ones? You kind of already talked about this, didn't you?
We did. Again, if you missed it, Kubiak is coming from the Shanahan thing where they do often play guys that they like from the second and third units with the ones just to see if they're missing something. That's how they found Brock Purdy. That's how the Niners legit found that Brock Purdy could play NFL football, was they played him against the ones. This is a good process. This is something I like that they're doing. I just wouldn't put too much stock into somebody playing with the ones with the Raiders right now because that it's just a different system right now. I will say, Cedric Jackson and Malik Benson getting hype. Dante Thornton better not slip up. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's get some of these camp battles. Let's end this camp battle. First, let's start with the first one that just pisses me off the most, which is Matt Gay versus Tokyo Toe.
Gay versus Toe.
Gay versus Toe.
Hey, Marcus, if I asked you to guess what the Tokyo Toe guy's real name is, could you get it right?
No.
Me neither. I have no clue what that guy's name is. No idea. He probably plays for the Dodgers.
It's like Masuwa. It's
yeah,
Masuwa.
something like that. Yeah, something like that. But anyways, Matt Gay has familiarity with Joe DeCamillis. They won a Super Bowl together with the Rams. And I believe some time in Tampa as well. So that's there with familiarity. This guy can win though. Okay. Would you rather have Daniel Carlson over both these guys? I would. He's still out there.
Yes.
Just saying. I'm not trying to be here saying Daniel Carlson was great. I had my frustrations with him. I'd rather have him over both these guys personally.
Because the thing is Tokyo Toe is not beating up Matt Gay right now. Matt Gay is out kicking him in camp.
Damn.
Matt Gay made, and I talked about this on the show with Matt. He made 71% of his kicks last year. That's fucking awful for a kicker.
It is.
That is the absolute worst kicker percentage you could have. We're really about to go this season with Matt Gay.
Yeah.
Because even if the Raiders overperform on offense, right? They overperform. He's going to have to make some kicks.
Yeah.
And he misses them.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to Tokyo Toe. If they go to Tokyo Toe, we just don't know if he can kick over 50 yards. That's the thing. We don't know.
Right. Which, sometimes game winners are that,
And he's not beating out Matt Gay right now. So to me, for him not being able to beat out Matt Gay right now in camp, and Matt Gay hasn't missed a kick in camp, and Tokyo Toe has. I'm mad about that. Because you're right. You're right, Tokyo Toe. It's kind of like 7-on-7 in camp to me for kickers. Why are you missing a kick? Nobody's really trying to block your kick right now.
Yeah.
How are you missing? You shouldn't miss kicks right now. And he's missing kicks, and Matt Gay's not. I'm really mad at him. I'm honestly, he's got a beef with me because he's gonna make Matt Gay our kicker, bro.
Why can't they do? That's to me is like Carlson's still out there. So what the hell? Just bring him back. Like I have my issues with Daniel Carlson, but I like him about more than both these guys. This is a depressing camp battle, and I heard them ask all sorts of questions at camp. Everyone asks all the coaches this, and they're just like, yeah, "Next question. I don't want to talk about this."
I think somebody asked Kubiak about this question.
Like twice.
He's like, kickers don't play football. That's what Kubiak's thinking in his head.
Clint, you have a guy who kicks with his toe. You have a Japanese man who kicks with his toe, and then a guy named Matt Gay. What do you think about that competition, Clint? You're the best coach of all time. What do you think?
Like, who asked about kickers in the first place?
And the thing is, like, Kubiak's going like, I want to call you the biggest idiot of all time, but I'll answer your question by not answering it. But don't ever ask me about kickers ever again in my press conference. You get 15 minutes out of me. Don't ever ask me about a damn kicker.
I don't know who asked this question. Was the underrated competition of this training camp are the kickers? What are your thoughts on Kansai, Matsuuba, and Matt Gay going to the training camp? Kubiak said, "Yeah, I think it's just a daily battle, another position that's going to help us make our team better with the competition." So, best kicks it today. We'll just keep it. We'll keep doing that throughout camp, which just means don't ask me about kickers.
Yeah, don't. Fredo, you're my brother and I love you, but don't ever ask me about kickers ever again.
Who the fuck asks about kickers in the first place?
Ever. I'm sorry. It's a position. It's a thankless position.
Because honestly, it's the best way to know. I know you didn't play football in high school at all. Is if you have any sympathy for kickers. I fucking hate kickers.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. They don't fucking practice with us. They don't tackle. They don't do shit. All they do is just kick. Anyways.
And you know they play soccer, but they're not fast.
Yeah, they play soccer, and they're shitty at soccer, right? They can't play in Europe.
Because they're not athletic.
They can't play in Europe. So they're fucking kicking for our team. I ain't gonna love no kickers.
No, I think our beat reporters are wasting a lot of time asking about the kicking competition that no one cares about.
And Matt Gay's gonna win it anyways, and he's gonna miss a bunch of damn kicks, and then we're gonna have to sign like Matt Prater.
Matt Prater. We're gonna have to sign Martin Gramatica after this year.
Who's a great kicker in college? I don't even know who that is.
I don't know. We're gonna have to sign Jason Elam after this year.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just either go deep into the chest, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the guy I was thinking of was dead, but never mind. Yeah.
You think of Morton Anderson?
No, Rob Baronis.
Rob Baronis.
Yeah, he died. So R.I.P. Rob. Mike Vanderjag or whatever the hell that guy. Like, we're just gonna have to sign somebody like that. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. Just bring Carlson back. Like, I know what Carlson is. I can predict every missed Carlson field goal. I've predicted it to a T every single time. I know exactly what's gonna happen when he kicks.
You know, and the thing is with Carlson, he was so good at one point. Maybe he bounces back.
That's what I mean. After cutting him, yeah, he goes back to Germany or whatever and starts kicking some more.
He's in Sweden, right? Him and his brother from Sweden.
Yeah, something like that with the Skarsgårds, and they start kicking stuff, and then they're like, "I've developed a new kicking thing," and and then they come back in and they're good, Yeah, nobody has signed Daniel Carlson. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not out of the league level bad. He was just like not that good last year.
Exactly. All right. I put Caleb Rogers here, but this is really Spencer Burford against the guards.
Yeah. Kubiak said Spencer Burford has great film.
Did he say that?
Is that direct quote? He has great film.
I gotta find this quote. Go ahead, give me your thoughts on Spencer Burford while I find this quote.
Yeah. Glenn Kubiak said today in his press conference that Spencer Burford has great film. The pads are going to come on. And I'm really hoping that the Houston Texans practice, and I hope Tonka Hemingway just gives Spencer Burford the business in pass protection, because I don't want him starting at this team. Now, that being said, I do see a way where Tyler Linderbaum, Jackson Powers Johnson, Spencer Burford, Colton Miller, and possibly DJ Glaze have a good running offense, have a good rushing offense between them. It's just in pass protection. Like, Spencer Burford is just a liability. Like, Caleb Rogers, please go win this job. You show up every day. You seem to be doing everything off the field correctly. All the stuff in the Intermountain Performance Center or whatever. You seem to be doing all that stuff correctly. Like, go out there and win the damn job, please.
I found the Kubiak quote here. Spencer is a guy that has some really good film in San Francisco. I want to know what film he's watching. Maybe last year Spencer Burford was decent. Last year with the Denver Nuggets, he was decent. I think he kind of revived himself a little bit. Yeah. The problem is if it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it's exactly.
And we need him to do some pure, true pass protection. And the Chargers are going to line up Thule right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Is he blocking Thule?
No.
He's not, right, Glenn? Right?
Yeah, he's probably not.
He's not blocking Thule. He's not. Is he blocking Chris Jones?
No, probably not.
Okay. What about Zach Allen?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's 6 games right there.
Yeah, six games of not blocking someone on 3rd.
There's 6 games of him not being a block. 3 of the best defense tackles in football. And that's who he's facing. We're talking about this. We're talking about the AFC West here, who have 3 of the best defense tackles in the football on their teams. We have to play them through 6 games. Is Spencer Burford blocking Zach Allen? Is he blocking Thule, who moves all around? I'm not saying Thule is a defense tackle, but the way the Chargers play defense, if Spencer Burford's out there, Thule's playing inside. And then you got Zach Allen, you got Chris Jones. I can't trust Spencer Burford. And that's my whole problem with Spencer Burford. Is sure if you have this great defense like the Niners had, you're staying in the game. It's 14-14. You're running all these play action schemes outside those schemes. You can get away with him, but the Raiders aren't really a great team like that. So there's gonna be games where they're down like 17-7.
Yeah.
What happens then with Spencer Burford?
Yeah, because like I said, I could see him doing well in the run game. I absolutely could. I could see Linderbaum, him, Miller, all these guys getting after it in the run game. But like you said, it's they're damn well they're going to be in these true pass sets, and there's just nothing they're going to be able to do at it. And I'd rather see a Caleb Rogers try to figure it out than a Spencer. And look, Spencer Burford, if we're going to do devil's advocate here, he is 25 years old.
Yeah.
He's not 31. Like it is different. Like, you do have an opportunity to improve. However, it's just never happened. There's no film evidence, as you've shown, that that's ever happened once. So that's all it is.
Yeah. Ruben made a good point about Robert Aguayo.
They drive, yeah.
All right, our last.
What's he up to? Can he go kick for us now? I don't know. He might need to come kick for us. Roberto Aguayo.
Masses versus Porter. What are you thinking here, Glenn?
I'm still Team Porter.
Okay.
Like, I like Masses. I think Masses is going to get snaps for the Raiders this year. Straight up. Like, I think that, and for a 5th round pick to see the field your first year, not because of injuries, but because you're good, I think he's going to be there. But I think Porter's good, man. I think Porter's a good player. I'm not giving up on Darian Porter. I know a lot of people say, oh, he's a Pete Carroll scheme guy. Nah, he's got a crazy athletic profile. Didn't play a lot of corner in college, but I thought he had some really good moments last year. And then plus he plays special teams. So I just think he's going to play corner. The real question is about Stokes, because I could see both these guys being the starting corners for the Raiders, to be honest. Because what is we don't know Rob Leonard's scheme. Eric Stokes only plays one kind of way. Let me say that again. Eric Stokes only plays one type of coverage well.
I know.
So if it's not that, he's not a starter, in my opinion, or not a starter for long. So these guys, I think, have a little more versatility. And then McCoy, right? What are we getting out of McCoy? If McCoy just comes out and it's like, look, he's starting to play. He's starting to look like 2024 Jermod McCoy. He just looks incredible. He comes in. What is Stokes? Because like that, to me, this battle is a thing for sure. But really, when you talk about the whole 2026 Raiders, what is Stokes with these guys?
That's a great point. Yeah, because my thing is like, whoever wins this battle, I don't care. It's both two rookie. It's both two young players playing in the secondary.
Yeah.
If Masters beats out Porter, gives a fuck. That means we still have a young corner that's going to play opposite of McCoy eventually. Because McCoy's taking Stokes' spot eventually, right? You would think.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever these two young guys who plays opposite of McCoy, that's fine with me. This battle doesn't. Some people might think like Porter might be a wasted pick if that happens or whatever that shit happens. To me, I look at this like this: McCoy's going to be playing opposite of one of these two guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is, and if Massis is better than Porter, sorry, Darian Porter, you're shit out of luck here. But if Porter beats out Massis, then that happens, right? But that's really what's happening. Because I really feel like there's a reason why McCoy's not running with the ones, because he literally is Eric Stokes' replacement. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, and just they're slow playing him. Like this is a guy who hasn't played football in over a year. So I think once we get about a month of him playing football, like you just never know.
Exactly. But we want some young cornerback to be playing out the opposite of Jermon McCoy eventually. And if it's Master supporter, it doesn't matter to me.
No, not at all. I think you got to. Secondary is just all about dart throws. You have to take as many dart. And look, if Porter is your reserve corner, I feel fine about that.
Exactly. All right, our last camp battle, and then we get to the TDL giveaways here. Mike Washington versus Dylan Lobby.
Okay.
I add this on here because Lobby was getting some buzz.
Yeah.
But
sure. My dad used to say this back in the day. It's like this is a battle between a hammer and a nail. The hammer's gonna win. It's Mike Washington. I just don't think Dylan Lobby's an NFL football player. Mike Washington, I have my concerns about. I don't know how good of a receiver he is.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Laube has him beat there, but how many passes have we seen Laube catch in the NFL? Like not that many, honestly. Like it's not like he's just
Laube hasn't played well at running back in the NFL.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not. We're not talking about Jalen Richard. I think a lot of people think like Laube is Jalen Richard. He's not. Jalen Richard in pass protection was fantastic, and he could catch the ball. He was catching wheel routes from Derek Carr. Like we're just talking about like a different player here. Mike Washington is the type of guy where if the Raiders are going to lean into 12 personnel, you are going to need two running backs that can kind of carry the game. I think if if Genty gets hurt, right, and has to miss like a game or two, like I want Mike Washington starting at running back. And I know he has problems with fumbling in college. That's going to be an issue, and I want to see him correct that, and hopefully they're able to eradicate that. But Dylan Laube, to me, as RB2, any sort of hype of that, and I'll be serious about this. I was kind of joking about it in the sense, but like that, if he's your running back 2, just give up. Like seriously, you're gonna hand the ball to him all the time. He's your backup running back. You're just gonna hand it. You're just gonna hand him the ball a bunch of times and see what happens. No, Mike Washington's a real running back.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not a battle to me. We're talking about 4.33 speed versus like New Hampshire, whatever.
4.6 New Hampshire speed.
4.6. I'm Danny Woodhead. You just don't know it. No. It's Mike Washington. Mike Washington's a running back 2 on this team. They might go outside. Like the only time I could see that not being the case is if Mike Washington has a rough camp, which would really disappoint me. But they would have to go outside of the organization to go get somebody. Which is the fact that they worked out Miles Sanders was kind of interesting. But I think that was more of a Lauby Collier thing where they're like, look, can we get that third running back that we need to call, that we can call if we need somebody, you know?
I still don't understand why they didn't bring back Mozart. He's the perfect backup running back for Genty.
It was fine last year, I thought.
All right, guys. Not too many more questions here. So let's get to this. Let's get to the wheel here. All right, guys. Let's get to the giveaways here. Boom, bam, bam. Anybody want to enter last minute, or anybody that I missed? I don't think I missed anybody. I feel like I got everybody in here. Enter the raffle last minute. We're giving away the FNL t-shirt and a TDL phone case. So there's gonna be 2 FNL t-shirts given away and 1 TDL phone case. Gotta put $1.99 in it, guys. $1.99. Did I miss not a bot? Did you put it in there? I don't see anything from you, not a bot. I got Todd as great in here. I think so. Yeah. Any last $1.99? Going once. Yeah, I got you, Todd. It's great. I got you. Not a bot. If you want to get in here, hurry up. Hit that number. I'm about to run this. It's for iPhone like 16, 17, Eddie Williams. Not an iPhone 4. I know you're out here in the middle of the desert. you're out here living in Norway, whatever the fuck you are. I don't know where you are, Eddie.
Okay, Walter White ass phone that you have right
now. Not a boss today. I got Android. What's Android to do here? I don't know. I don't know what you guys do.
What is this, Blade Runner? Come on, let's go.
I didn't know Android still makes phones.
I didn't either.
No S24. What's the S24?
I don't know, man. People are talking about Gamecast. I got no idea what's going on here.
All right, guys. We're getting too crazy. So let's run this. Let's do this. All right, I'm gonna shuffle it a couple more times here. Let's get this because I ain't getting nothing else. So for the t-shirt, Dre for show, who has become CMV10. I don't know if you already won a t-shirt, Dre for show, but let me know if you already won one. But he's become CMV10. He has. That nigga wins all the time. All right, here we go. Next one. This is for the TDL case. Oh, baby Shug.
What kind of phone does he have?
Does he have a phone?
I don't know. We're gonna hear about a phone manufacturer we've never heard of in our life. By the way, he's gonna be like, "You got anything for Nokia?" I'm gonna be like, "Come on, man."
Cricket. He's gonna be good. Cricket.
Yeah. He's like, I got my LG chocolate. You got something for that? Like, what the hell?
All right, so one more shirt here. Here we go. Ruben Russ.
Hey, Ruben threw a lot of money at the channel.
He did. Shout out Ruben. All right, so we got Dre for show with an FNL shirt. Ruben Baby Shug. He might want to give away his TDL case. I don't know if he got one. He got the TDL case, and then we got Ruben Russ. You got an FNL shirt too as well. So shout out to you guys for that. Make sure you hit me at markjohnfootball@gmail.com. markjohnfootball@gmail.com. Okay? Make sure you hit me up there. You know what I'm saying? And we got this going. But we're out of here, guys. Any last thoughts, Glenn, before we get out of here?
No, I have no last thoughts. I'm excited for training camp. Hopefully Dylan Lowry doesn't make the team because I'll look really bad.
Maybe, we'll see. All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace, man. We're out of here.